Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'll be reviewing My Zombie Ex-Boyfriends by Susan Soares. This is published by Featherweight Press. It's a YA book about zombies. It's about 215 pages, and I was kindly sent the book by Susan for review. And the book is about a young girl named Caitlin. She's just turned 18. She's kind of getting ready to go off to college, get a whole fresh new start. She's recently broken up with her boyfriend Clark right after prom, and just wants like I said, a fresh new start to everything. And a few days pass after prom, after the breakup, when suddenly there's a knock at the door, and Clark, along with her 3 previous boyfriends, all show up, and they've all been turned into zombies. Apparently something she did at the time she broke up with them put them under a zombie love curse, and they feel that the only way that they can be saved is if she chooses one of them and falls back in love with that person, and the other 3 will perish. So of course Caitlin is freaking out. First of all of her 4 boyfriends, ex-boyfriends, are standing at the door. They're all zombies. How is she supposed to choose one of them, let alone, even if she did choose one, to allow the others to perish? So the main point of this book is her trying to come to terms with what has happened and how in the heck is she going to set it right. Now, as I was reading this book, one of my main issues with the book, I'd have to say, is the way in which they all become zombified, for lack of a term. I thought it wasn't explained really well. I would say this is kind of funny for a fiction book, but it didn't seem very plausible method. I suppose if Caitlin and, say, her friends were dabbling in some sort of witchcraft or something, and they had triggered something, and then when she broke up with them, bam, they were put under this curse, I could understand it better, but it just seemed a little bit on the thin side for me. I would have liked a little bit better explanation or reason for the way in which they were turned to zombies. As the story progresses, these 4 boyfriends explain that with this love curse, they're drawn towards her. They need to be with her every moment, wherever she goes. They need to at least be within sight of her. And again, that brought up a little issue as, okay, there's a course of 6 months between the first boyfriend and the last boyfriend that she's broke up with. And I'm wondering, well, where was that first boyfriend for the past 6 months? It's not like she mentions that she's been stalked by these previous boyfriends or that they've been kind of hovering in the background. We hear no mention of them until this moment when they're all at her doorstep. So I have those 2 issues with the book, but if you get past that, I think the main point of the book is her dealing with the situation and how she's going to set it right. And I was so drawn to that whole part that after I got past the initial point of that, I didn't even care anymore. I wanted to know, how the heck is she going to fix the situation? I love the writing style on this. I love the character Caitlin. I thought she was great. The book is written from her point of view, so we get insights into her thoughts. But there's also points throughout the book where there's little sections written in italics, where that's sort of her like subconscious talking, the things she would almost like to say verbally. And those were some really hilarious points, and I really loved that little extra insight into her mind and her thought processes. I love meeting the other characters. We have Josh, Hayden, Frank, and Clark, the latest boyfriend. And we get to meet each of these characters through her kind of reminiscing with them about their dates and her time spent with each one of them. So we get to know one's a musician, one's sort of an actor, wants to become either a model or an actor. You get to learn about each one of those characters. So there's lots of character building. We get to know them and really care for each of these characters. At first you kind of don't like the boyfriends, and you kind of see, especially with the earlier ones, why she broke up with them. But as the story progresses and you're meeting them in their zombified state, I really got to liking all the characters. There's some scenes where she is asked by her uncle to take care of his theater while he's out of town. So of course she's got these 4 zombie boyfriends in tow with her, and she has to sort of, how's she going to explain this, and their looks, and how's she going to disguise this? So there are lots of really great humorous moments within it. Again, I like the character building. The main character was great. If you can get past that, like I said, that point of how they become zombies, I think you'll thoroughly enjoy the book. I thoroughly enjoyed the ending and the resolution as to how she solves this problem of saving them all. It was just great. I really enjoyed the book. I definitely recommend this. Overall, I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads, and I recommend you pick it up. Thanks again, Susan, for sending me the book. I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to your next book. Thanks for watching.